Go home, go hard, or go home, go hard.
Oh, welcome to
RIO Uncut.
RIO Uncut. This is like our first episode back in ages, isn't it?
Feels like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Whose fault was that?
I don't like anything social media.
Yeah.
You guys know I struggle with this, so there's that. But honestly, we've been so slammed, Nathan. We have to cut ourselves some slack here because the amount of stuff we try to get done in a day is mind-blowing. It's if you own a clinic and you don't work in the room, then that's one thing. But if you own a clinic and you're also a practitioner in the room, it's tough to keep up with all. And you both have 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I've been traveling a lot as well.
You've been traveling a lot for your consulting. I also I'm not, Nathan will work till 3 in the morning. I do not. Well, and I used to, but when I go home, it's shut off family time.
Yeah, but I'm stopping it now. Like, I've been turning my phone off. Well, not turning it off, just putting it in a little cupboard.
I think it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for you, but I'm also not going to harp on you because we all have our things we do that. and I harp on you every day.
You could be here all day.
I'll pretend I'm nice on camera, and I will be here all day, yeah.
So Sandra came up with an idea that I don't know how it's going to go.
I feel like it's going to backfire on me.
Yeah, but so Sandra wants to basically ask me some questions and pick on me for the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to do the reverse to her.
Are we doing all in one day?
No.
Or do you want to do today all about Nathan, and next time we'll do all about Sandra?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so we have more time because I this is very much like on, like just
Have
we're
you got
doing it right
your
now.
questions written down?
I have nothing. We're literally just gonna think of it on the spot. Like I have no. Okay, so we're just gonna start. So I'm just gonna ask random questions about Nathan. I did promise to keep it clean.
There's nothing dirty ever happened in my life. I've lived a very clean life. So what's the first question? What's the first question?
Where were you born?
I was born in New Zealand, Wellington.
When did you move out of New Zealand, Wellington?
Well, the first time or when I came to live in Canada?
Tell us both.
So in 2009, I decided to take a trip around the world for a year. Mm-hmm. And that's when I met my wife.
2009.
Yeah.
So you would have been
I met her in Brazil.
38 then?
I was 26.
Okay. And then you left to come to Canada when?
I think it was end of 2012, September, October.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
3 that I know of.
What's your favorite thing to do with your time?
Sport, family.
Sport, and then family?
No, family, sport.
You said sport, family.
Well,
You spoke the
sport,
truth. It came out very quickly.
Sport with my family is
Sports
the
with
best.
the family is what you meant to say.
Yeah. That's the best. Like skiing, golf with the kids and the wife is like, that's when there's nothing better. Beautiful day, Edelweiss or Mount Tremblant. It's like in the positives, a massive dump of snow, skiing down, and my wife and I are behind the 3 little ones just going for it.
Okay.
Or middle of summer, 35 degrees at a beautiful golf course, and like a couple of deer come running through the golf course because it really excites the kids, and that's kind
so
of
you're like a typical dad.
Yeah, basically.
What was your favorite thing to do before kids?
Sport.
Okay.
Anything to do with sport.
What's your favorite sport?
Football.
Okay, what do you
Which
mean by
is
football?
soccer,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I've never once heard you talk about football, so clearly we mean soccer.
Soccer.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know. 10 years? Mm-hmm. I'd like to be retired.
Okay. Playing sports with your family.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I'd like to be retired and be in a position where I can maybe travel back and forth from New Zealand whenever I want.
Okay.
And
Would you stay living in Canada?
I think I'm going to go where the kids go. I think most people go where their kids go, don't they?
10 years, your youngest will be...
Should be 18. So like...
your youngest is not 8.
Oh, youngest. So my youngest will be 13. So my oldest will be 18.
14.
So like... No, like we're going to like... I think my wife and I will end up where our kids end up. That's where my parents.
But if they're at that age, they kind of go where
no,
you say, right?
at that age, it's probably not going to happen. So 10 years time, I'll probably still be here.
Be here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here or New Zealand?
This is a tough one because I feel like you're kind of boring.
Wow.
How many girlfriends did you have before you got married?
That's like girlfriends or like...
Well, what do you mean by girlfriends? What is that? Girlfriends, like how many girlfriends did you have?
I wasn't the kind of like the girlfriend kind of guy.
You were into boyfriends?
No. Like I just had a bit of fun growing up.
So Zuza's your first like real relationship?
No, like I probably had 2 or 3 serious relationships before Zuza, but like, yeah, I wasn't really a serious relationship kind of guy.
Did you see yourself, like when you were back then, when you were just having fun, did you see yourself married with 3 kids at the age of...
No, like when...
40? Are you 40?
I'm 41.
41.
No, like I was a black sheep in my family, and...
What do you mean by that, black sheep of your family?
Like I was the one who did everything. Like I grew up last, even though I was the oldest out of me and my sister. She was the first one to like go to university. She was the first one. Like she got into university on her 6th form marks, which is like she was going at 17. I think we went to university because there's 2 or 3 years between us. Went to university at the same time because she was so clever.
I feel like black sheep of the family means like you've been kind of like pushed out by your family, like they don't accept you.
No, it wasn't.
So
that.
when you say,
I was more like they probably wish that I was probably maturing and growing up a bit faster than what I was.
I wonder if they still wish that, or if they ever.
I don't know. Like my sister had bought a house at like 21.
Yeah.
And she was married before me, had kids before me. So
she's still in New Zealand.
Yep.
Okay.
So when I remember ringing my parents and her telling her that I was going to propose to Zuza, and my sister just like bawled out. She was like, I never thought I'd see this happening. I'm so happy you met her.
Thank God Zuza saved you.
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah.
Thank you, Zuza.
December 5th, 2009, I was in Rio de Janeiro, and I was over in Bolivia before that, and I got mugged, and they took everything, my passport, everything. So I had to get a British passport from the embassy there, and we flew to Brazil, and I walked into the hostel bar, and Zuza was there.
Working?
She was working behind the bar, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys have an interesting past then, eh?
Yeah.
Like you both traveled.
She was pouring me vodka cokes, and they were like, they were transparent. You could see there was no coke in it.
So she took advantage of you.
We had a good night, let's put it that way.
What was like your dream? Like where did you picture yourself back then? So you were traveling the world for a year, you said?
Yeah.
Where did you picture yourself, like fast forward to now, 41, what did you think your future was going to look like?
I think at that age, growing up as a young kid, I always wanted to be a professional sports person.
Okay.
And I got to semi-professional sport, and I just realized I could have made it in cricket, but I got injured.
What did you injure?
My back. And soccer, for football, I was just never fast enough.
Okay.
So I realized at a young age that I could only go so far with sport, just because there's so many talented people out there.
Yep.
And you need a bit of luck, and you have to be so good. Like, that's why I laugh at all these parents who are like, my son's going to be this and that. It's like, it just doesn't happen like that. You're either the best of the best, and you're going to make it, and you know that from a really young age, or you get really lucky and you work really hard. Like, yeah.
So you didn't picture yourself owning an aesthetics
No,
clinic?
never. Because when I moved to Canada, I sold my marketing and printing company to come here.
Printing?
Yes, I was in marketing and printing, and I sold my portion of the business back to my business partners.
Do they still own it now?
Yeah, they're still doing really well, yeah.
Are they retired?
No, but they do really well. They do really well, yeah.
Okay, so then fast forward, so you didn't...
I came over here not knowing what I was going to do, really.
Yeah.
And I fell into medical aesthetics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I've been doing that for the last 10 to 12 years, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now we're doing this. Okay, so 10 years, you said you hope you'd be retired. I can think of something good to ask you, but I got to keep it.
Oh, but I don't think I'll
Gotta
ever
keep it
retire.
clean.
I think in 10 years' time, I'll still work at a clinic like this, but I just won't work I'll work 2 or 3 days a week.
Consulting. I think consulting is your thing.
No, I'd
Talking.
see
You like
patients.
talking.
Yeah, seeing patients, doing consults
You
with
like hearing your own
patients.
voice.
Yeah. No.
You
Maybe.
said yeah.
Whatever you say, Sandra.
Okay. All right. Damn it. You know what's kind of crummy is that you're going to have way more time to think about what to ask me.
Oh, I'm getting stuck into it.
Oh, gosh. What's your favorite food?
Oh, I'm a big Thai fan. I love Thai
True.
food. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know what I made last night, which I got off Instagram, is I make really good burgers. My kids love my burger patties. So I saw on Instagram that you know how you make the patty and you kind of turn it into, like you get the mince, you put all your ingredients in, like your paprikas, your tomato sauce, sweet chili sauce, onions, garlic, all that sort of stuff, salt and pepper. I put some spices and herbs and stuff. And then you mush it all up, couple of eggs. Normally I'd put breadcrumbs in if I'm going to make it a burger so it kind of holds together. With this one, I didn't put the breadcrumbs in and I made it a ball. I put it on the barbecue and then I got the pita. You guys call it pita? Pita bread? Pita. Yeah, we call it pita bread.
Yeah, I thought it was a tool. I thought pita might have been a tool.
I put it on top and then you squash it down, face down on the barbecue, let it cook for a bit and flip it over and the meat like sticks to the pita bread. And then you bring it off the barbecue and you put all your toppings on and fold it in half and it's like a sandwich.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a
It's like a hamburger falafel wrap.
Yeah, like it's a bit like it's like bringing all my like cuisines that I like it's a little bit of like, I don't know what, Lebanese with your shawarma, it's a little bit of like North American with your burger, like it was great.
It's like a pita burger.
Pita burger, yeah. It was the kids loved it.
If you had a chance to start a clinic all over again with me, would you do it?
Yeah.
That was a really quick answer.
Yeah, I would.
Wow. That's really...
Yeah, no.
I like yell at you every day.
I know, but... No, I would. Like, I have no regrets, no matter how hard it sometimes gets, being a business owner. Because let's be honest, if you just come in every day and treat patients, it would be a breeze. It's the other stuff that...
I think you like a challenge, too.
Yeah, I think what we've created, I'm very proud of firstly what you created before I came here.
What are you most proud of? I don't know if that's easy to answer, but what are you most proud of that we've created?
It's to do with, I think, the way patients talk about our clinic and the results we get. Like, because when I started this with you, my biggest thing was like, I want to create like an atmosphere where people feel comfortable about this industry, because I feel like this industry can be a little bit snooty at times and like...
Yeah, I think that maybe we see it more than the public sees it, like that.
I just think sometimes this industry can be a hard industry for consumers to approach. Like,
it's not as welcoming maybe as we wanted it
to
be, but at the same time I find a lot of our colleagues, clearly like we're drawn to people that we like, but a lot of our colleagues, I find their clinic environment is a lot like ours as well.
Yeah, I think Ottawa has amazing clinics, and that's the thing.
We're blessed, and honestly, we do refer back and forth, and we do support each other, and we do borrow things from each other, and I think we do really well as a community in Ottawa.
I think Ottawa is a city, but I think if you consider the rest of the world, I think medical aesthetics has a bit of a negative aura to it at times.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So, I just think that one thing I'm proud about is we're approachable. I think as business owners, you and I roll our sleeves up and we're at the front line. We try and see as many patients as we can each day, and even if we're not treating them or consulting them, we at least try and pop our head in and say hello. And
we're just one of the team, right?
I never want that to change.
Yeah.
And as we get bigger, I know it's going to get harder, because I hope we get busier. We continue to get busier.
I don't want to get busier. I just want to want more vacations.
I hope we never change that.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think I will. 4.5 years in, I know that's really, as a business owner, that's such a small amount of time, but like, I'm 42, and I know that's young, depending on who you ask, but like, I don't think I'm going to change at this point. Like, I'm not going to get too far into it, but like, I started this clinic for a few reasons, and actually we were just kind of interviewed today for a local paper, and they asked us, because you had sent me back in and we were so busy, so we had to sort of swap out. But
did you open up to it?
Yeah, I did. Of course, you know I'm super
well,
open.
I didn't think you were. I didn't know
open.
how open you'd be with it, but. Like,
but I mean, I tried to keep it simple. But like, so why I started was two things really. One was I've talked to a lot of people about this. Was our son got sick in 2019? I think it's really earlier on, but really it really meant it, like it presented more in 2019. We both had to go sort of part time, and anyways, fast forward through that. The other thing that started even before that though was that. And this is, I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for everything I learned from my previous place of employment. I really mean that. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for being in that spot. But I think it's okay to say that I didn't agree with how some things were done, and that's totally fine. I wanted to give more to people, and we were both at very different stages of our careers, so that's very understandable, I think. But I feel like I've followed through with what I wanted to deliver. I wanted to have my prices be fair, and I know they've gone up, but they're still fair. I wanted to make sure I had time for everybody. I wanted to make sure like it was me answering their messages. It still is. I wanted it to be like a genuine, caring relationship, and I feel like I still, to my absolute best ability that I can, I'm still giving that to people. So I don't think I would allow you to not do that. Like I don't think we would continue to be business partners if
I love that you mentioned the price thing as well, because we've worked so hard and we've almost taken financial risks we always do. Business to buy our consumables, to buy our lasers in a way that has been able to keep our prices reasonable for patients. Because one thing we've struggled with, I suppose, in 2024, if I'm completely honest, is the price of everything has gone through the roof. And
we just got a letter in the mail, I think yesterday, about, well, I haven't told you actually, maybe you saw it, but did you see it?
No, I
okay. Anyhow, I won't even get into this, Mr. I just got 2 more lasers for us, which, surprise. Anyways, this company messaged us saying, thank you for being such a loyal customer and all these things. We're gonna.
Is this hydrofacial?
No, we're going to keep our price increase low, but it's 4% increase. And I'm like, 4% is low?
Yeah.
And like, what do? We have to keep offering these services, so we have no option but to pay it. And honestly, you guys, since we've been opened, we have had, I think I've done 2 price increases for myself by a very small amount, and the girls I think have had 1, and we've been open for going on 5 years. So I mean, we've tried really hard to keep our prices low, not because this is a really competitive conversation in our field behind the scenes with our colleagues, because everyone wants to try to be even with their prices, but we really do want to be as fair as we possibly can to everybody.
Well, like a lot of people think this is like a luxury service. It's a nice to have.
It isn't, it isn't. It depends.
In my opinion, I think medical aesthetics is so important for so many people, because feeling good about yourself, especially in today's day and age, is tough. Like there's so many pressures.
Pressure. Yeah.
We're living in such a fast-paced environment. Like if I compare, when I grew up, my mum was at home until my sister and I went to school.
Same.
You know what I mean?
My mum was home too until about the age of 10 or so.
And she held the fort down. And yes, it's a hard job being a stay-at-home mum, but like she was like the support rock for my dad, right? Who went to work, and vice versa. But like no one has that luxury these days. You have both hardworking parents.
I have to say that we are blessed enough in our family to have that, but what that means is twice the pressure on me.
Again,
to provide for a family of 5.
There's a reason why Alonzo's at home, and he has a tough job at home, right? Like
the toughest, hands down. And I have way more respect for him now than I ever have doing what he's doing. And
so it's like, I just feel like because of technology and everything we're doing, life is challenging for everyone. And like I'm not judging anyone out there, because everyone has their own story and everyone has their own challenges, and these things here, I think, even though they make things easier for us, I think they're making things really difficult at the moment.
Even when you're aware of it, it's hard to not fall victim to it.
It's just how fast you can get information, and then what information you're seeing, and then I don't want to get into the algorithms of like the
Yeah.
information they feed to us as well.
Yeah.
You can go down dark rabbit holes and it mentally can drain you. And I just think feeling good about yourself and feeling good about your family is
whether it be medical aesthetics or whatever it is
Yeah.
you choose, right? Like, so it's, you know,
And we help with that. We do.
I agree. Like for some people, it's the gym, and although Kate has been trying so hard to get me to go, and I love her for it because I'm a tough cookie to deal with when it comes to that. But the gym, right in this moment, is not my priority. But I think I'm lucky to have all this stuff at my fingertips. If I all of a sudden had all my wrinkles back and all my sunspots back, and my melasma was even worse than it already is, like it would probably take a toll on me. So for me, like, looking good does help me feel better, hands down, and I'm okay with admitting that. I dye my hair, I do all the things.
And we see that with our patients as well. It's like our patients go through phases. It's like they come in and they're like, "I'm so sorry, I haven't been here in so long." But
oh my gosh, 100%.
It's okay. Like,
yeah, we get it. We're still here.
We're still here. We're not going anywhere.
Yep.
When it's your time to come back in and catch up or get back to that regular routine, on whether it's seeing Sandra and the nurses for toxin filler, or it's seeing our girls or myself, your laser and your regular skin health treatments. I get it. Like, there are some months where I don't get to the gym as much as what I would like to, and there's even some months where we miss out on our treatments, don't we? Because we just
honestly,
don't get
I'm so
around
far
to them.
behind in everything, and I think once we're done, we want to go home. But we probably have to cut this a little short, just because we both have clients. But the other thing is, I don't even know if I told you, we have a visitor coming to take pictures of us today for a new adventure that we're going on, that we're going to be sharing soon in the next, hopefully, few days.
Are we allowed to share a little bit about it? Just like that we might have.
No.
What about that we might have
No,
a new...
no, nothing. Zip.
I'm not going to say
not a thing.
what it is,
No.
but no.
You can tell them about the lasers that you got.
Oh!
You can tell them about that.
We have 2 new lasers coming. One's an amazing hair removal device that works even faster than
Our millionth hair removal device.
It works even faster than the Elite IQ. And the other one is a device called the Ultra, which is a resurfacing device that has very little downtime. And the cool thing is it creates microchannels in the skin where we're able to then topically put on topicals over the top, like HA, tranexamic acid, growth factors.
So it's different than microneedling, different than the pearl.
Yeah.
So it's another
But what it
another
does
form of
is you can
resurfacing.
layer it on top of microneedling to reduce the downtime, but also infuse things in. It's also really good for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Really good for melasma.
Which I will love.
Really good for melasma, and also hair restoration.
Honestly, I mean, it's thinning, so maybe I will love that too.
And it doesn't hurt like PRP, but you can do both. So when we bring it in, we're going to be doing PRP injections, but also we're going to be using a topical growth factor product, and we're going to be blending it.
I'm excited. I literally know not a thing about this yet. He tells me sign here, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's get it in.
Yeah, so
He doesn't let me.
I'm so excited.
He doesn't
for
let
these
me open up new
devices.
locations that I want to, but he makes me sign for all the lasers he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, the other surprise we'll have to keep, just because I'm a fan of making sure everything is totally final, because I don't want to have to
Go back on our word.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope these devices turn up.
They Do we have money? Do we check the bank account before we sign?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, we probably don't, but
I know that number for money, so I can tell you that we're good. But
so you didn't go too hard on me. I'm glad it got away from me and it was about the clinic.
yeah, I didn't. It did backfire on me, see, because I didn't have nearly enough time to think about it. We were literally like, "What are we going to talk about? We haven't done this forever. Let's quickly do it. We have a minute." And I was like, "I'll ask you questions," but like, there's things I know about you because we're very close, despite us being. We're like, I wouldn't say brother and sister, we're not quite husband and wife, we're some weird in-between thing. Like, we are close, we've been close, like, before we were partners, we've had some conversations. I know some things about you, and I feel like you don't even remember sometimes, but they were from his little tiny past when he was.
I was a bit of a lad growing up.
He was a young lad.
Yeah, I was a lad. I think we all were, right? I was one of those kids at school that was always in trouble with the teacher or on detention.
I could totally see that. So, But I won't go there. We'll keep it clean today. Keep it. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go there when it comes to
you-
your turn.
Listen, you guys know I'm an open book. I'm not shy. I am not. I've made some crazy mistakes in my past. Not ashamed. It is what it is. that's the past.
In
This
your
is the
past?
present. But no, it is my past.
Okay.
Technically, the past is everything from like the second back, right? So.
Yeah. I look forward to editing this down.
Okay. Well, we have work to do.
Let's go.
All right.
We'll see you later. Thank you for listening to RIO UNCUT. We'll be back hopefully soon with our next episode, and we really appreciate it if you got this far with our mumble jumble, and we'll try and continue to...
We'll try to get back on track. But maybe we'll skip the all about Sandra one, and we'll just get right into the good stuff.
And if you have any topics you want us to talk about, send us a message, whether it's just stuff happening in Ottawa, where you think, what our opinions on anything around this industry, services, technology.
People ask us that all the time, right? Behind the scenes, they'll send us, what do you think? I just got one the other day, what do you think of exosomes? And what do you think of threads? That's more of an older one. But tell us what you want to know
Let us
about.
know, and we'll do some on-topic stuff and some more like this one off-topic, which I feel like people like the off-topic a bit better.
I like off-topic things, but I should have taken more time to think of some good questions.
We get sick of talking about
work
all the time, don't we? This is kind of like our break, but it's still work.
Yeah.
Are we getting paid for this?
We'll see if it's in the budget.
All right, peace out, guys.
Go home, go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out.